I have like a tiny question, which is, can you hear me okay? Scatter? What? Fine, fuck. Okay. I moved my mic, and when I tested it, it seemed okay, but I just wanted to make sure. The fuck, y'all are weird. What the hell? Did I make the background too? Fuck no. I bought it on Booth. I bought it on Booth. When do we get this as a phone app? Wouldn't that be cool? Yeah, I made like a new tiny overlay. Sounds like I have the AC running though. I do have a fan. Is it really loud? I can turn it off for a bit. It's not too hot. I'll turn it off. I'll be back. Okay, is that better? I'll turn it back on if it gets hot. I don't care. I have a smoothie here right now, so the smoothie is cold and delicious and nutritious, I guess. It's better technically, but wasn't bad in the first place. I don't mind. Oh, I almost just dropped my mic on my face. Get back in there. I feel bad for pointing out. No. I'll turn it back on when I need to. Don't worry. I don't care that much. I promise. I promise. I got a nice ice cold smoothie with frozen bananas. I'm doing good. I mean, sure, it's the hottest summer we've had in 6 years, and now I can already see myself like, you know, sweating, and it's kind of hard to breathe in here. What the fuck? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I bet this feels weird, eh? This is very close to when I used to stream. Like, back in the day. Good times. Isn't it nice to reminisce?
Whoa, don't just stand there,
Oh, yeah.
let's go!
Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. This is my opportunity to disrupt your sleep. It's okay. We'll be quiet. We'll be quiet. Let's all be very quiet. No piss babies. No piss babies because they're very loud. They're going to wake Kyle up. Ah, fuck. I forgot to add the new piss babies. Yeah, so news. You know how I make my smoothies? Is like I just use frozen bananas, a little bit of milk, and then like Synthesix chocolate protein powder. It's really good. Like, I really like it. Sometimes I add peanut butter, but I didn't feel like it today. Super good. I just have like an immersion blender. And then I have like this Iron Mouse ice shaker from Advanced GG back in the day. Oh yeah, we have 2 Kyles now. That's... We have 2 Kyles. That's gonna trip me up. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that like this seems I have like good bitrate and this is running pretty well. Cause like it's not that Shoost is very heavy, but this is pretty heavy, I feel like, but everything's working pretty good. Wow. I put Ziggy behind the phone for now as like a little background like phone application. I thought it was cute. And then I have the fade in of my old background, well, not my old background, but my other background, right? So it's just like fades in from the corner over here. I'm pretty happy with it. It's very simple. I wanted something for like just chatting because I'm not good at just chatting, but I felt like if I made something that I needed to use for just chatting. And then if you look where the little like fake phone screen thing is, Like, when my tail goes behind it, it blurs. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's the shit. That's the stuff. Sorry. I like overlays. And then I added a little rainbow border. And if you like notice, it's not like tied to specific colors. So it's like an infinite loop of colors. I don't know how to describe it, but like, you know, it's not like locked colors. Just chatting, because I'm a chat at chatting. I'll take it. I'll take it. No, I'll take it. I found it funny. We're good. We're good. But yeah. So, yay! Overlay for a specific purpose that can only be used for the specific purpose because I have no way of pulling other things up to use for that specific purpose. Yay! How are you guys doing this day on this fine July morning, evening, afternoon? Smoothie. I need an overlay, so I have an overlay to overlay my overlay while I teach about overlays. Overlays. You know, I thought about doing like a overlay creation stream. But considering how much I fuck around with OBS when I make overlays, yeah, I would not be able to do it. It is very warm and humid. I feel you and I am sorry. I send you all of my apologies and I am sorry. Can I try to actually run a cycle instead of shutting itself off? It's hot. Put your clothes outside. It's hot. You get D&D leader. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. I really don't want my smoothie to be done, but like I'm drinking it at like a rocket speed here. It's too humid to do it outside. It'll be fine if it's in the sun. It'll be fine if it's in the sun. Won't be too bad. Are we related? No. I have no family. A thunderstorm last night, so it's more humid than it's already been. The Kyle verse, oh my god. Yeah, so news, I guess. And why I'm like streaming back at my like the time that I prefer to stream. Which is wild, because like I was thinking about this. It's so much easier for me mentally to stream early. I thought I lived in space. I live under your house now. You'll never get rid of me. You'll never get rid of me. No. No more midnight streams. Never say never. I got written off of work. I must be under someone else's house. I'm under anywhere you're living. Any hole under the room that you're sleeping in, I'm there. That's really scary when I say it out loud. Just like like the monster under your fucking bed. As an FMLA leaver fired? Neither. Because we don't have FMLA in Canada. I don't have to deal with that shit here. Yeah, no, when was the last time that I streamed? I haven't streamed this week, eh? I guess I haven't. Okay. So I guess I gotta catch you guys out. So Monday, I'm at work. I'm under your holes. Monday I'm at work. And I This is gonna sound worrying when I say it, but I want you guys to know that it was fine. I was supposed to post schedule 2 days ago. Okay, you're right. It's gonna sound scary the way that I have to word it, but I'm fine. It's fine. It's all good. Everything's good. But like every day around like 1 o'clock at work, I print out the like operations slates for the next day. That not really important to like what I'm about to say, but important to what I was doing at the time. And I start writing down like the room assignments on like the back of the slate. And as I'm writing, I can't really see out of my right eye. Like, have you guys ever looked at a really, really bright light to the point where it gets dark? It was kind of like that. Or like, I guess, you ever press into your eyeball as a kid and like you see all the weird fancy lights? It was kind of like that, but my eyes were open. And then I was told masturbating too much makes you blind. You know what? Maybe that. No, wait. So I was like, that's probably not good. So I was like, I'm gonna go wash my face and see how I feel, because I work in a hospital. So if I need to go to the ER, it's like whatever. And as I'm like in the break room, one of the nurses stops me and she's just like, "Guys, you're really red looking. Are you okay?" And I kind of was just like, huh. I'm okay. And then I kind of said like, I'm having some problems seeing though. And then she like kind of stands up and she's just like, "Let's get you to the ER. I'm gonna get you to the ER. Let's go." Because I was like, I can't really see, and I might walk myself down to the ER. And she's like, "You're not gonna walk yourself down to the ER from the top floor, because it's on the bottom floor. You're not gonna do that." So she's like, "Let's take your blood pressure. Come over here." And the thing was, I'm gonna be like an asshole for a second. This is a nurse that I generally didn't like for a long time. But like my opinion of her changed in a single day because of like how nice she was. Because like we've butted heads about a couple things, right?
Thank you for the follow. Thank you.
Did I have very blood high pressure? Oh my god. I'll get to that one. I'll get to that one. You'll like this, I think. Well, I mean, you won't. I mean, it's whatever. So she checks my blood pressure, and I was 128/80. And as she's checking my blood pressure, there's another nurse there. And the thing is, like, 128/80 is not all that bad, but I was told that that's high for a pregnant person. So I have no clue. Yeah, like I might not like her so much as a person, but she's definitely a great nurse. I'll give her that one for sure. And another nurse was there because we went into like a different room where we had a blood pressure thing. And as she's checking my blood pressure, have you ever listened to yourself? Like, you guys, you're all on the internet. So when you check your like microphone settings, do you listen back to yourself while you're talking? And then like, if you try to talk while you're talking at yourself with your mic settings, it's really hard for you to continue talking because you hear yourself talk and it's like you're stopping yourself from talking. That's the only way that I can explain what started happening. Was like,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to like talk, but like I can't hear my inside voice, only my outside voice as it's coming out of my mouth, and it was making it really hard for me to process things. And I'm like looking at her, like trying to talk to her, like saying words. I was trying to explain it, and I like just stopped talking because I could not make the words come out. So she was like, "We're gonna go." So they wheel me down, and I felt so embarrassed because I'm like, yeah, I felt really weird, but I could probably walk just fine. But they wheel me down to the ER. You totally started panicking. I was actually like, I felt pretty calm because like, I don't know. I mean, I was a little freaked out, obviously, but I for what it was, I was pretty calm, I feel like. So they get me to the ER, and I'm like texting my husband who works in the hospital. I'm just like, hey, just keeping you in the loop. So and so and so and so drugged me to the ER, and like I'm probably fine, but like this is what was happening. And then it took 4 hours for me to get seen, and by the time that I was actually seen, I was feeling much better. But yeah, it was weird. And then the doctor comes in, and he's just like, okay, so we're gonna check your blood pressure again, and like talk to me for a little bit. And while I was waiting, actually, the nurse that I said that I don't like, she texted me and she's just like, are you down there by yourself right now? And I was like, yeah. So she came and sat with me. It was really nice of her. So like I literally, for real, like even though I didn't like her much, I'm like, you're a really good nurse. Canada moment? No, triage moment. They pulled up with like 2 EMTs immediately after I sat down in the room. So I'm pretty sure whatever the fuck was going on, they were like, we have to prioritize these people. And like one of them I think was pretty bad, but anyway. So I end up going to another ward, and they do like this thing called a non-stress test, which is where when you're pregnant, they put these little like pads on your stomach with ultrasound goop, and they listen for your baby in a non-stressful environment where you're like completely at rest. And they just like, it's their way of monitoring the baby to see if the baby's in distress. So he was fine, thankfully. And they're like, okay, so we're also gonna do like, you know, I work in level 1 trauma 4, as this is unheard of. We live in the middle of nowhere, and we're the only hospital for like an hour. So, but unfortunately, for an hour and a half actually. So I mean that's pretty typical for us. It is what it is. Anyway, what was I saying before I got angry at Kyle? Yeah. So I go home because they're like, okay, you can head out, and then I go home and I immediately go to sleep, and then I wake up to see that I had a couple of calls. And I'm like, oh, it's from the hospital. So I call back, and they're like, hey, we had misunderstood some doctor instructions. Is it possible you could come back? We want to do like a panel on you, like a blood panel for preeclampsia. I'm like, oh, great. Okay, sure. And it's like 9 at night because I took a fat ass nap, and I get back in. They're like, we want you to stay for the blood results. I'm like, oh, sure. After hours lab, like, that's not gonna take a long time. And, so, yeah, I waited for the blood results. And they said everything looks fine. Just a couple things to keep, like, eyes on. They did say that it's not in preeclampsia levels now. Not Kyle. But like just obviously take care. And then yeah. So then the next day I had a appointment already with my regular OB, and he was like, you're not going back to work. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. Okay, I won't. So here we are. That was my news. I'm fine. Everything was like fine. And then today, like, you know, I talked to my OB and he wasn't worried, so yeah. So it was a little like stressful in a are things good kind of way, but they weren't like too worried. So basically the one doc who saw me in the ER had a different opinion than the all-call OB, which had me like a little but I should be fine. Because, like, he said, because I did blood tests last week regardless. And then my OB, when I talked to him today, said the blood test was fine. The on-call OB, when I was in the ER, said they were fine. But the ER doc said, like, oh, you should watch this as a pregnant woman. I was like, oh, okay. And then my blood pressure, like, my OB said that my blood pressure was fine. But then the doc said, like, that's pretty high blood pressure for a pregnant woman. No, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel good. So like I'm fine. I was worried for a second, because like when I was talking to one of the girls in the booking office, she's just like, "Damn, guys, that sounds like you had a stroke." And I was like, looking. She has like a little side mirror in her office. I'm like looking there and like moving my face around, like, but we're good. Cause like, you get a stroke, half your face sometimes is like paralyzed. I'm like, okay, okay, we're good. Yeah, so it was weird, but I got written off of work, so now I'm not working until the baby comes. And after the baby comes. I guess now I have like 19 months off of work. I love Canada. The one good thing. But unfortunately, I don't have the sick time to cover this gap. So it's only paid once the baby pops out. So right now it's unpaid. Like I have some sick time for like, I have like a week and a half of sick time. Then after that it's unpaid. But it is what it is, so I'll be fine. Just annoying. Oh yeah, we'll be fine, don't worry. It's more like I was trying to hold out so that I could time my sick time as close as possible. But it didn't work. You know what they say about like all best laid plans and whatnot. But no, we'll be fine. I'm trying to think what else I was gonna say about it. You over here like credit card. Nah, for real. We're good. Farrell has a good paying job. I have a savings. Like we planned just in case. And worst case scenario too, like I think you can sell your plasma when you're pregnant. Isn't that like, can't I double sell it? Like I can sell a baby's plasma now, right? That's how that works. Yeah. Oh. Just because I feel like I have to say it, I am joking. That is a fat ass joke. I promise. I will not sell my baby's plasma. But do babies even have plasma at this point in time? I don't know. Sell my placenta to those who want to eat them? What do you think? Oh no, my VTube studio just crashed. The fuck was that? Why did it crash? Come back. Where's my... Oh no, now I'm Ziggy. That was weird. Kaiman Connect? Oh, now my V-Bridger is crashing. 1 month of pregnancy am I in? I'm doing about a month from now. A month and a couple days. So I'm 8 months. I had to think about it. Why am I staring at you like that? My tracking program crashed. Close the program. Okay. That was just the karma for saying I would sell my baby's plasma, I guess. Oh shit, that's not gonna work. I have to close everything. Hold on. Not everything, but I have to close all my YouTube studios. Because it's gonna connect on the wrong port. YouTube studio. Goodbye forever. It's weird, I closed one, but like the after image of me remains. I hired this tiger woman to stare at you. Honestly, that's not like the worst. If only V-Bridger has crashed with this heavy loadout, that's not the worst. The baby definitely has a circulatory system, but now it definitely has plasma. Okay, new plan. We're not gonna worry about bills. Baby's got us. Nah. Obviously a joke. Again. Okay, this is gonna scare you guys for a second. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be something scary. Pay no attention to the guys behind the screen. And then where do I put you? So big. Here, I think, was. There we go. There he goes. Okay, I'm back. Yeah. So like, yeah, everything's good. It was just kind of like something to keep an eye on, and now I don't go to work, which is nice because that means I can actually like stream in the day. And I guess I'm a full-time streamer. Yay. I don't know, it feels weird. But that means like, okay, so when I first was streaming, right, back in the good old days of like 2020, I also wasn't working at that point in time because I was waiting on my visa. So that's a trick, just get a semi-stroke, apparently. But like, I would stream at like 1 p.m. ET, I think, most days. So like, this is like the old days time. And that feels so weird to think about because like so many of y'all don't know me from back when I streamed this early. Like, do we remember like Writing Wednesdays? We're like literally super early and we just like did that for hours. The broken arm days, the like weird boob physics days. Yeah, it was nice. It's been ages since I've seen you. I have to work nowadays, but I miss being able to see you. I remember Writing Wednesdays. I used to be in college then. Crazy that time has passed. Nice to see you, Luck. Yeah, it's nice to see you. It's been a bit. But see, I'm saying being live in the middle of the day, you see people you didn't get to see for a long time. I remember broken arm into titties days, yeah. You glad I'm okay? Thank you. Thank you. You're currently at work too? Yeah, like, I remember back in the day, it was so much, like, people on their lunch breaks just hanging with me. It was really nice. So, I guess we have that opportunity again. So it'll be nice. And, yeah, I guess I'm streaming full-time now. And, yeah, I feel like I should, like, talk about, like, current news, like... We have the time to shoot the shit. You missed the start of the stream, what? Yeah. I got written off by my doctor. They told me not to go back to work. Just praying no one comes into your office? Hell yeah. That's the way to do it. I have, like, when I'm at work, or... When I was at work... I normally just had like a headphone in and I just listened to streams. It was nice. Was that from the last emergency room visit I tweeted about? Yeah. Yeah, my OB told me not to come back. And now I have a smoothie. And everything's good. And this overlay looks nice. I missed Geisler. All I know is she's a mother, and I heard this via Twitter. I'm almost a mother. Very close. Also, can I just say, you know what? This reminded me. Did you see on Twitter, like, all these VTubers making pregnancy jokes and, like, getting drawn pregnant, and, like, it's becoming this big meme, and none of them are actually pregnant? I feel like my thunder is being stolen a little. Like, excuse me? I went through all the trouble of actually getting pregnant, and I don't get any of the memes or the jokes. Stolen valor. Like, not that I'm saying, can somebody please draw me pregnant? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, isn't it weird that it's a trend now? Whenever I think of written off, I think of car that's damaged beyond repair. Yeah, I'm glad I'm not Fubard. You say you went through all that trouble, I could have just gotten Geist art. Yeah. Copies for all the VTubers. Yeah, and like, a part of me wanted to be, so like Bao did a cooking stream cosplaying Shy Lily, pregnant, right? And I wanted to, I was like, okay, here's what I gotta do. I gotta cosplay Bao, cosplaying Shy Lily, while actually being pregnant. But I don't have the time to plan that. So, that's meta. I was just like, I guess I could get like construction paper and make like a fake like Bao wig. I don't know. If I was hotter, I'd do like a pregnant Bao cosplay photo shoot. But I'm like one of those pregnant people that looks like Danny DeVito. Or at least I feel like it. Oh, sorry to hear it, Luck. Hopefully it's an easy backlog to catch up on. I have the time now. By the time I actually, like, I'm due quick. Since I turned off the fan for you. Yeah, thanks, Lid. Aw, Moobot, how you were not supposed to show up on the screen? Oh well, I'll fix that later. Yeah, I feel like I'm not good at just chatting streams, but I guess it's almost been an hour, so maybe I'm not terrible at them. I just feel like I don't have anything to talk about other than like myself. What, already? I mean, I guess I also was like, when you get your preggers leave? Now, actually. I get my pregnant leave now. I was written off yesterday. Talk about Yu Yu Hakusho. So in the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho, you see like this pan out of the sky, right? And then you hear like these tires squeal, and then like the sound, and like you see a kid get hit by a car. And then it like zooms out a little, and they have like the Dutch camera angle, and then you hear someone go, "We better call in for an ambulance." And then like some sirens and some guy who's just like, I didn't know. Anyway. At this point, I've like described the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho so much that it's not even a meme to me anymore. What about the last episode of Yu Yu Hakusho? I'm done waiting! That's all I'll say. I think that was a pretty good Keiko impersonation. Man. What a good show. We'll never finish it because I'll keep restarting it. I don't want you to wait either. One day we'll finish 12 Kingdoms. Real talk, I was like, should I stream or should I watch 12 Kingdoms? Can't stay, but hello, you're at work and I have to head back soon. I hope work goes okay. Thank you for stopping by. I'm like, you know what? No, I had the chance to stream early and that's what I like to do. So let's see if I still like it after all this time. It feels weird. The sun's out. I don't know how I feel about that. But I feel more energetic at least. I don't feel as fucking tired. 12 Kingdoms only now reminds you of neck pains. Don't fall asleep in VRC. I say after having done that many times. I really like the updates to Popcorn Palace, actually. It's pretty nice. Pretty fun to watch. When is the popping date again? Was it moved up? Okay, so here's the thing. I guess I'll tell you guys, because like due dates aren't really like they're not set in stone anyway. But I'm due August 28th, right? So theoretically I could give birth 12 days before or after that is usually kind of, I think, the gap. But this little shit, the last couple times that I've gone to get like, because my OB likes to do ultrasounds and measurements every time. The last time that we went and the time before that, he's been measuring like ahead quite a bit. So on his little ultrasound device, it has like this thing that says like adjusted estimated due date. And he told me to ignore it. He told me to completely ignore it. But it hasn't moved. Like it was like the first couple times it said like, you know, close to the actual due date. And now it's like very strictly the last 3 times has been August 20th. And I'm just like, you're telling me to ignore it. But like, if his bones are measuring deeper, bigger, then isn't that a sign that like he's cooked? If the computer says something, ignore it. According to computer, read out work. I'd have been dead 3 times over. Fair enough. We need to set up a poll. We did that already. You missed it. His bones. Yeah, he is, like his femurs are measuring 3 weeks ahead. So I guess he's gonna be tall. Actually, his femur this time was measuring right, like on time. Like, didn't move. So I don't know. Maybe I will ignore the machine. Either way, it's not like I can't pop. I could technically pop anytime, well, anytime. But let's see. I have a tracker app. Are we getting him or her a chibi model? I don't think I want him to know that I'm a VTuber. It's gonna be like one of those sitcoms where like he doesn't get to know there's just a room that he's not allowed in. Theoretically, I have 6 weeks left. But, back in the day, 35 weeks was considered to term. So, theoretically, from next week on, I could pop at any time. I'm not gonna think about that. All I know is I get the relief knowing the child won't be going in the small baby unit. Yeah, today the doctor said he's exactly 5 pounds at the estimate. So. It feels weird. I've actually been trying to not talk about being pregnant too much. And then here I have been literally this entire stream for an hour talking about how I'm pregnant. I don't know. I applied for a job, so I'm just like, maybe I should pretend that I'm not pregnant. Oh well. I hope everything that goes well when it does happen. I hope so too. I think everything will be okay. I told my doctor today, and this is, you know, more information than you guys need to know, but I told him today that I want a squat birth, and he was just like, no. He said, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm just like, I'm not asking you if you're comfortable with it, doctor. I'm gonna fucking squat. Sorry, dude. Would new job accept maternity leave immediately? I don't know. So the thing is, like, I'm from the US. So, like, in the US, you only get, like, 6 weeks maternity leave. So I've always had that mentality. But, like, now I have 18 months if I want it. Which is crazy to me. Squat births are supposed to be more comfy. Why not do it that way? Right? I'm saying. And I told him, like, well, you know, I was looking into it. And, like, it's supposed to be better for, like, women my size anyway. But he was just like, no, I'm not. We'll see. But I talked with, like, the nurses at the hospital. And they're like, we have everything set up for that. So, yeah. But it was funny because when I was talking to one of the nurses, I said, like, well, I'd like a squat birth. And she's like, oh, you better tell your OB because I know him. He's not going to love that. Do I have enough time to work before it's emergence day? Enough time to work on what? I'd be concerned whether an employer would hire you while pregnant regardless of what the law says. Yeah. But it is what it is. Emergence day. I don't know, I like that. Catchy. Makes it feel like an event.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
Cletus, would you look at that? We got ourselves a piss baby on our hands.
It is supposed to
get the
be
net.
like safer. Can you guys hear the piss baby? Because I can't hear it. Like, I heard it very quietly.
Oh yeah.
Huh, hold on. Let me see where all it's coming from.
Mauled more, piss baby.
It's only coming from my bot, so I don't know why it's doubled. But it's quieter for me than it normally is. I'll fuck with that later.
How dare you come into my home, piss baby?
Like, I can hear it, it's just very quiet. But yeah. That's what's going on with me, I guess. Not doubled for you guys. Okay, I thought somebody said that. It had an echo. Oh, it had an echo.
Yoshi doesn't pay taxes like you, and that's why you're a piss baby.
I accidentally listened to Yoshi and didn't pay my taxes earlier this year. Oops. I'm almost done with my smoothie. I'm just gonna like chug this back. Give me a sec.
And I want it to scare the shit out of me. I mean, I hope I piss myself. I hope I piss myself and you call me your little pee-pee piss boy.
Apparently some VTubers don't realize you have to pay quarterly. No, you don't. You can pay quarterly if you're a freelancer or a contractor. But that's purely your choice.
Ah, you must be the new piss baby.
You're supposed to?
Hello there, piss baby. Are you gonna cry, piss baby?
I just fixed it on my end. Was my like, huh? You don't have to pay your taxes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's the U.S. I won't speak for whatever, but huh? If you're self-employed, you're expected to owe over 1,000 taxes. You're supposed to pay quarterly in the U.S. I know, like, there's the option to pay quarterly. Like, I've had that option, but no one's told me that I have to. But I think that's also the under the assumption that you're going to end up owing over $1,000, which you wouldn't know. Like, how are you supposed to know until you actually earn? It's not an option. You can get penalized for doing it. Well, I guess I'm glad I'm in Canada. My tax lady never said anything about that to me. I'll trust her for now because she got me down from 4,000 to 500. Huh. Yeah, it says here if your net owing in Canada is more than 3,000, they expect you to do it. But you're also supposed to receive a bill. Which I've never gotten. I don't care. They can arrest me. What are they gonna do? Hi, Alter. Hello. I don't want to talk about taxes. I'm done talking about taxes. Actually, I have to pee, so that's a good time to get pee and to get a drink, and you know what? let me ask you a question, chat. I gotta know. Is there any cereal that you put the milk in first?
Nope.
No?
Nope. 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 Nope.
But you also eat your cereal dry most of the time. Fair. So, like... Okay, follow-up question. Follow-up question. Do you ever top your cereal off? Like, let's say you pour your cereal, you eat your cereal, there's still some milk left, and then you add more cereal to it. So what's the difference?
Oh yeah.
That's putting your milk in before your cereal.
Oh yeah.
Top off with more cereal, yeah. You determine the amount of milk based off of the original amount of cereal. But what if you, like, don't drink all your milk? Or you, like, now that's done, I want some more cereal. The difference is you already ruined the presentation. It's not presentation. It's about taste.
Let's go!
Oh my god, I tried to thank you for the follow and I breathed in a piece of cereal. You've killed me, I'm slain. Ugh. There's a Cheerio right in the back of my throat. Ugh. Thank you for the follow, thank you. I'm dead, I've been killed. The thing is, okay, so for most cereals, I'll put the cereal in and then the milk, right? Like Cheerios, for example. Which, if you haven't realized, I went and got myself some Cheerios. But there are some cereal that I feel like you need to put the milk in first, such as Fruity Pebbles. Because Fruity Pebbles get soggy so quickly. I like to put my milk in, and then my Fruity Pebbles, and then I wait, like I eat it, and then I add more Fruity Pebbles. Like I don't add all the Fruity Pebbles at once. I just add like, you know, a couple bites worth, and then I add more Fruity Pebbles until I'm done, and then I drink the rest of the milk. They're not super soggy, and they're still really good. That's so much effort. It's not though. Fruity Pebbles, I just said. Or like, what are those other ones?
Nope.
Hold on. Honey something. Honey Smack? No. Maybe? Yes. But I don't call, like, I've Golden Crisp, I think is what I know them as. Maybe? But those ones, I find they get kind of soggy. So I like to put them in, like, in bunches too. It's not that much effort if you want your, like, cereal to not be soggy. Like right now. I've only been eating this cereal for like 5 minutes, but it's already starting to get soggy. And now I got to sip the milk. Because I have too much milk. But I like having a drink of milk after. It's refreshing. It's like after the food, it like you wash it down with a nice little drinkage of milk. I'm almost done, sorry. That's pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Maybe if I like drinking anything other than chocolate milk. God, I love chocolate milk. You haven't had a good chocolate milk in a while? I'm sorry to hear it. I like, my husband mentioned that he didn't want us to buy Nestle products if we didn't have to. I like he mentioned it offhand. It wasn't like a, don't bring Nestle products into our house. He was just like, man, I fucking hate Nestle. We shouldn't buy their stuff. So, my favorite chocolate milk is the Nestle chocolate milk powder. And I've been trying to find like a decent replacement. And so, I went to the other place that I hate as much as Nestle, which is Walmart, and they have their Great Value chocolate like powder, right? And they use a fuck ton of maltodextrin, which if you guys don't know this, maltodextrin is like a very thick sugar, and it's very hard to dissolve. So the first couple times I've tried some of this like chocolate milk, because I got a big container, I was like, this is nasty. Because it's not very sweet, just like kind of chocolate adjacent. Because the maltodextrin doesn't melt, right? Because you have to like fucking stir it for 600 years, and I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that kind of time. So what I did this last couple times actually, is I just put a little bit of the powder in, a little bit of milk, and then I microwaved the milk so that it was like hot, so it would dissolve the sugar, and then I topped it off with more milk. And actually, I will say, after doing that, the Great Value like chocolate milk powder probably better than Nestle's. But then I have the added disappointment of having to shop at Walmart, so I'll never win. Consumerism is a sin. There is no what's that that phrase? There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. But I try. First alcoholic adult drinking strong zero, reminiscing about drinking chocolate milk bags. Aww. Yeah. Those be the good days. Wait, chocolate milk bags? Wait, bags? Sorry. I didn't catch that the first time that I read that. Bags? Did they like give you bags? Like plastic bags? Isn't Canada known for bagged milk? Yes and no. Like that's an Eastern Canada thing. But if you're like in an elementary school, they're not gonna give you like a bag, right? Because that'd be like teeny tiny. And yeah, it's an Eastern Canada thing. We don't talk about them. They're not. Ugh. Ugh. Toronto, am I right? Where I live, you can't even get bagged milk.
Oh yeah.
They have milk in bags the size of your hand. You put it in a straw and bite the end off? We used carton milk for regular milk. See, we had carton milk for chocolate milk, strawberry milk, and regular milk in elementary school. I'm sorry. I have to message my husband. Excuse me. Did you have bagged milk in elementary? How do you spell elementary? Elementary. We had strawberry milk. It was nice. Guys never went to California school. No, I did not. Like pouches, I can kind of understand like cardboard pouches, but not like bags. Bagged little. Let's see, California school chocolate milk. I just see cartons. I guess I'll say bag. What the fuck is this? This is child abuse. Hold on, y'all. I'll show you. Hold on. What the fuck is this?
Oh yeah.
That's what we had. What's the big deal? That's not right. Doesn't Canada sell, like, once again, that's a Eastern Canada thing. I'm not gonna get into that. We don't have that here. Draws out the flavor. It's like preparing you for like the blood bank. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, obviously you're very attached to your nostalgic bag of milk. But what the fuck? Like, I can get it for like a liter or something, like 1.3 liters or whatever, because that's like you put it in a pitcher, and like that's for the whole family. But like you're going to school and just like drinking out of a bag. Capri Sun, but for milk. I guess, yeah, you do get to experience bagged milk soon. Bag of milk instead of bag of milk instead of bag of milk. I could never. If I went to my kid's school, right, and I saw this on their lunch tray, I would sue the school system for psychological damage. Like, I don't even think that, like, in Ontario you get these bags like this. Hi, Shiny. Hi. I'm not here sharing a fond memory. Apparently, I'm the odd one out because none of. No, we had this. I'll show you what we had. That's a really small picture. We just had regular cartons for all of ours. Like, yeah. I think mine was Borden, though. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pick on you. I apologize. But you were abused as a child. By the industrial school system. I'm sorry. I just came back to that comment. Listen. They cart milk last time I was in Ontario, but Rita doesn't get the bag milk because she's lactose. Oh yeah, fair enough. You can get like smaller cartons generally. Like the option's there. But in Ontario, yeah, it's a lot of bagged milk. My in-laws get bagged milk. And they have like a little pitcher specifically for their milk, and it's really cute. And I don't mind bagged milk, but a tiny bagged milk, I don't like it. It doesn't feel right. It feels wrong. It's like cardboard is more compostable. Compostable? Isn't cardboard more compostable? Well, I guess it'll have like a wax coating too. They're both bad. I guess like the best way for you to drink chocolate milk at school is straight from the tit with some chocolate powder mixed in. But like, yeah, the cardboard's plastic lined. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, sorry, I guess. You'll just have to mix your own fresh. It's better for you anyway. Non-pasteurized milk, raw. Mmm, yum, yum, yum. Get that bacteria. It's how you get your immune system up. I'm a doctor. I'm not a doctor. Bring the cow to school. Thing is, like, I lived in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Texas. We had cows at school. Like, not all the time. Just sometimes when people brought them, but could. Theoretically, we could have brought dairy cattle to school. Cows just trying to learn. Bring your cow to school day. We had that. City of Houston, some schools didn't have cows and other animals for FFA. Exactly, that's why we had them. Like our FFA teachers were both farmers, and like sometimes there'd just be like cows tied to the fence. Just the way that it goes. It was nice. Milk right from the tit. We'll be drinking well and now, Gil! Ugh. That's for the baby only, and for hitting targets from across the room. That far? I don't know. We're gonna try. No. We're not gonna talk about my breast milk. We're good. Tactical milk strike. Okay, we'll talk about that. That was pretty funny. I don't know. You know, when we had like I started it. When I say straight from the tit, I meant the cow. We're talking about dairy cattle. We're talking about school lunches. I think that'll be more profitable than selling my baby's plasma. It depends. If I'm selling, you've never heard an udder called a tit? I'm sorry. Call it a middle of nowhere Texan thing, I guess. But the thing is, that, not Kyle, would it be? Because theoretically, if I were to sell the plasma of an unborn fetus, there has to be some George Soros looking motherfucker out there who thinks that that's going to give them eternal youth and pay top dollar for it. They're going to reach at me with their hands as they're disintegrating into dust and being like, yes, youth. You can't tell me otherwise. God, that was fucked up to say out loud. Some ancient fucking Henry Kissinger just like popping out from the grave like, youth. I'm gonna sell the after baby stuff for big bucks. No, I'm gonna probably have them the placenta. I'm gonna have them dispose of the placenta. I thought momentarily about placenta smoothie. But I decided against it for a couple reasons. No. A couple reasons. Go Psycho Bella in Twilight with a bloody sippy cup. No. That's all I'm gonna say. No. Stu at that point? Oh my god. I'm gonna graduate just to get out of this conversation. Hi, I'm a full-time streamer now. Now I'm leaving. I'm not gonna do anything with it. I'm gonna have them dispose of it in the biohazard materials bucket. And maybe I'll try and bribe someone to let me throw it from the roof of the hospital onto the ground. I could hit my boss's car. No, that feels illegal. That I regret eating. I'm feeling sick from this conversation. I'm not loving it either. Let's go back to talking about school lunches. Does anyone here remember like breakfast pizzas? Any US kids remember breakfast pizzas? Did you guys get those? I loved them. But apparently that's not a thing anymore thanks to Michelle Obama. Which, you know, I won't blame her. You know, doing her best, I guess. But just like fucking, oh, that's a web that didn't save right. I want like a better picture. There we go. Like these. I'm old enough breakfast wasn't even served when you did school? Oh no! California's got rid of vending machines in 3rd grade because of some health law. Man, that was like the best thing about like our school was like we had fuck ton of vending machines. Oh. It's pizza. It's breakfast pizza. It's like sausage and cheese. My worst school lunch experience was I'm switching out unmarked ranch for blue cheese. Ah! Who would do that to children? Looks like your cat's food. This shit was delicious. Like, this shit was so good. Like, it was my favorite day of the week. Yeah, it was bussin'. And it was like at breakfast. So you just start your day off with like pizza. Oh, it was so good. And then like the actual pizza looked the exact same. You know anything about Boston pizza? Now for bit, gonna play a board game with your fam. Oh, have a good one. I hope it's fun. I hope you win. I probably like Southern style biscuits and gravy. I love Southern style biscuits and gravy. Okay, so when we were in San Francisco for Off-Kai, and we went to this little diner that Cass recommended to us, and like, because of Cass, we ended up going there every single fucking day afterward. But they had biscuits and gravy, which we don't have here. Like, that's not a thing. Like, where I am in Canada, there's no white gravy anything, right? But fucking, I destroyed that biscuits and gravy. Like, Farrell was like, were you hungry? I'm like, no, I just like biscuits and gravy. Very American Midwest coded, yeah, probably. Hello, Rika. Hello. Your part in lunch school was when all the poor kids got to go to lunch lady and get chocolate milk and a cup of peanuts at snack time. Hell yeah, same. But now you can't even have peanuts at school because you'll kill somebody. Which I have varying thoughts about. I really feel like kids could not be around their allergens easy and allow other people to enjoy their peanut butter. But at the same time, kids who were gonna have a peanut butter sandwich can easily have something else. I don't know. I feel very strongly in both ways. Expose babies to allergens so they don't die of allergens. I've been eating peanut butter like it's going out of style. And I plan to have to take walks. It'll be nice. Farrell's side of the family has a lot of allergies though. Like, I never really had grass allergies until I was older. Okay, I sent my husband, because he's from Ontario, the picture of the little bagged milks, like, to ask if he had them at school, and he said, what kind of fucked up shit is that picture? It do be hard to tell children not get an allergic shock. Yeah. I'm on the list of if it's a you issue, don't make it affect others. I'm kind of the same way, but I get how it's difficult for kids. Pediatric dog friend is a nearly 1-year-old baby. Has been very meticulous by getting tons and lots of food and common allergens. Same. Like, the second my kid is cleared to eat honey, I'm going to shove honey in everything that he eats. Local honey. I know a local beekeeper, so it's gonna work perfect. But like, local honey is really good for allergens. So keep that in mind. Like, even if you do have grass allergies, eating local honey, helps. Not always a ton, but it helps a little. Like, it's a discernible difference. Apparently raising eggs with chickens makes you immune to cats. Or was it chickens? Huh? Raising cats with chickens makes you immune to cats. You've confused me more. Onion gonna become Winnie the Pooh living there? Probably. Worst case, you just eat a bunch of honey. Honestly, yeah. You'll be fine. Honey's great. Which, I didn't know this, but I read it in a webtoon. Babies can't eat honey. Which, like, it's not like I would feed my baby, my newborn baby, fucking honey at all anyway. But, like, I didn't know that. It was different. I'm gonna turn my fan on now. I'm hot. Ugh. Reliable source of health info. I mean, I looked it up after I read it to see if it was true. Yeah, botulism. It's not good. Is my fan really loud? Is it bad, chat? Do you hate me and not want to listen to me anymore? No. Do you want me to die? From heat stroke. No. Oh, that is a really cute baby. She's cute. We can be loud if I'd like. Yeah, go ahead. Yell. My kiddo might be the first honorary nephew. Fuck yeah. Hold on. I'm like looking at the internet. Oof. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute old. The older you get, the more you understand baby fever. Unfortunately, I can barely take care of myself, plus you got a lot of school. I mean, yeah, I kind of was the same. I never really wanted kids. In fact, I was very adamantly anti-kid for a very long time. But then, I don't know, I think the big change in me was like, I saw how my husband was with kids, and like, it made me want a kid. I don't know, I think it's definitely a partner thing. Like when you're with someone that you can picture yourself being a parent with, I think that's kind of what changed it for me. It's his fault. Yeah. He's too good of a person. Asshole. Isn't she precious? I'm gonna have that song in my head now. Less than 1 minute old. I can't believe what God has done. Oh, Shelley Duvall died. Holy shit. Sorry. I'm literally looking at Reddit to like be like, oh, what can we talk about? And then I see sad news and I say it out loud. I don't have the mental capacity for children, so no children from me ever. That's fine. You can fly out to Canada and you can babysit my kid for a day and then you can fly back. Who? An actress from The Shining. I didn't realize she was 75. Holy. Some of my very close friends when having babies and being pregnant. I'm not nearly as adverse to babies as he was, but I'm still childless. Yeah. I understand 100% though. Shelley Duvall movie night when? That would be nice. She's a great actor. Word, I'm on my way. You have some time. Have heard Me First and Gimme Gimme's cover of Isn't She Lovely? I have not, but I will take a screenshot of that so I can remember to do that later. Yeah. Oh no, stream overlaps. Sorry, you're not allowed to leave, Len. You're gonna have to watch both streams at once. That's what I used to do. I take Hotman there because he ain't got a car, so we're walking. No! Fly! I'll pick you up at the airport. I'm watching 4 once right now. That's what I used to do. I like don't anymore just because I've been at work, but now that I'm not at work, I'm probably going to be doing that again. So I had to go get a tissue. Needed to blow my nose. Cause like, yeah, I have 2 monitors, so I would just like arrange 4 streams on 1 monitor. And I would just like mute and unmute depending on like what was going on screen. It was nice. Or I'd have like one really low and one higher. I'm too poor to fly. I can buy you a bus ticket. That's about the best I can do right now. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Reddit because I'm like, surely there's something that I can like bring up in conversation. And I see like people post in immigration forums like, hi, I'm planning to move from the US to Canada with my husband, who is also from the US. We just don't want to live in the US because of the political climate. You can't. You can't just move. You can't You can't just move anywhere. Like, yeah, it'd be great if you could, but you can't. That's why politicians don't care about if you're happy. Because you're stuck there either way. Americans are always carrying the energy of manifest destiny with them. Yeah. Yeah. I know single hand. They think they can just go places and stay there. Like, yeah, if you're rich, yeah. But I think what was it? The entrepreneur visa for Canada was like $1.6 million. Going back to the VTuber thing from a bit ago, I didn't know you were talking about at first the application thing until it came on your... What? I don't know if I know what you're talking about, Gil. Huh? Selling your belongings to live the rest of your life in Mexico. Dual citizenship. Jealous. Jealous, jealous, jealous. Did I talk about applications? I don't think I've talked about applications today on stream. Oh, VTubers and pregnancy. And it reminded you of VTubers applying to Corpos. No, I've just talked about VTubers and pregnancy. See, and that's the thing. Like, if I were to apply to an agency, I don't think I have a chance to get in because I'm pregnant. And I'm openly pregnant. And I'm openly married. Like, I think about that a lot. I think about that a lot. It's like, either I could have lied and said, like, never mentioned that I was married and never mentioned that I was, like, pregnant. Do I think that would stop it? Absolutely. It absolutely would. You have, like, and here's the thing, like, I really didn't want to talk about, like, this on stream, but I guess whatever. My chances are shot anyway. But VTubing as a culture is, like, very idol adjacent. It's gotten better. Talk about something else. It's too late. I've already started talking about it. It's very adjacent to, like, idol culture, in which, like, as an entertainer, you're expected to be approachable. And, like, approachable for some people means available, right? And the thing is, part of me gets it, because you want to disconnect from reality. Like, I never have really held anything against anybody who prefers, like, that girlfriend energy. Well, I don't want to say girlfriend energy, but, like, the like, completely removed from real life experience, because that's what they want from their VTubing experience. And there are plenty of people out there for that, right? Idol adjacent mostly because of how it started. Yeah, for sure. I would definitely say so. It became the norm because that was, like, the only. But, like, when I mention, I don't normally look at, like, my viewers, right? I actually have it turned off mostly because you can just click it and it disappears, right? But sometimes when I get rated and people have stuck around for a bit, and then I get to talking about myself, and I mention my husband, I can see the numbers fall hard. And I don't hold it against people, because that's just not what they want to deal with. Like, they don't want to deal with things that are connected to real life. So it's like, I get it, but at the same time, it kind of squashes my chances for, like, being seen I guess, as a viable creator. You can choose not to. I kind of will. And that's fair. The thing is, like, I've said this since I started streaming. If you don't like that I'm open about my life and the things that go on with me, because I don't know, I like to be an honest person, then you're just not my target audience. And the people who do want to watch will stick around, and you'll be able to find people that you want to watch, and that's fine. It's not a zero-sum game. There's enough streamers out there that everyone can find something that they like. Which is why I get really... What does piss me off is when I see, like, smaller streamers get, like... I don't want to say one guide, but, like, get attacked? Or, like, get, like, picked on for the same things? When, like, there's no point. Just don't watch that streamer. Just go watch a different streamer. It's okay. No one's gonna be upset if you go watch a different streamer that does the things that you like. That's why there are so many people who stream. I'll hold it against them. It's weird that you don't want to stick around because someone is married. I mean, yeah, it shouldn't stop you from enjoying something. But if their goal is just complete detachment from reality, then they're gonna find what they want. I'm in the spot where your husband is the only reason why I know you. Yeah, he's a good guy. I think viewing an entertainer as some kind of pay-for relationship is profoundly disturbed. I agree. But if that's the way the person wants to interact with the medium, that's how they're gonna do it regardless of what I do. So they can stay in their little sphere, I can stay in mine, we'll all be happy. Moment of honesty, I've been following your channel for a year, but I only seen your tweet with Unfregante meme and I stayed. Aw. Thank you. I stayed because I had to complete the Fortnite bit and it just never left. Yeah, and some entertainers prefer that too. Some entertainers want to be detached from reality. So, like, the two will find each other and they'll be happy and it'll be whatever. Like, at the end of the day, I have my community that I really like. And we're good. You can have someone offer GFE and have their own personal life. It's fiction. I agree. And I think the thing that, like... The thing that kind of bothers me with some GFE is when people... If people get mad and finding out later that person is in a relationship, it's like... They have a life outside of what they're doing on stream. But at the same time, it kind of icks me when, like... a streamer goes really hard into it, which thankfully I've only ever seen that happen like once, where a streamer's just like really, really hard into the GFE, and then they don't mention anything about being in a relationship. Who was it? It was like 2 or 3 years ago, where like someone bought like a streamer, I forget what it was. It was something really expensive. And then the streamer gave it to their boyfriend, and that was how they revealed to everybody that they have a boyfriend. That rubbed me the wrong way. The hard part about crossover with GFE and BFE, if they have Patreon for higher tier rewards, is they sell their personal life with that same energy too. I feel like it should still be respected. But you also have to know how to set boundaries. I agree. Yeah, Rushia's entire situation, I'm not going to touch with a 10-foot pole. It's a balance of it fosters something unhealthy, so I don't think it's great, but what you gotta do if people will pay for it. Exactly. Like, If that's what you build your audience on and you end up enjoying it and that's just the way things stay, what are you gonna do? What's on the snack menu today? I had cereal, which was really silly of me because I had a protein shake and then I had cereal. So now I feel kind of sick. But it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I think that revealing your IRLBF that way is tacky, but it's not like it's a sin. I think it's tacky in the sense where someone gives you a gift that's meant to you, or meant for you, and then not only do you re-gift it, you re-gift it to your boyfriend after hiding the fact that you were in a relationship, and then like having like taking advantage. Yeah, that's a good word. Taking advantage of that girlfriend energy until that moment where it's just like, oh, I can give this to my boyfriend. That I feel is like almost purposefully shitty, you know? Like, were they hiding it or was it never relevant? To be completely honest with you, I don't remember the whole story. I think it was just more of a thing that they never really mentioned until that moment, and that's why there was a lot of backlash, because they would say things like, oh, chat, you're my one and only, like that kind of thing. And like they were releasing stuff on Patreon, like recordings and stuff of like heavy GFE stuff. I'd have to find it. I'll have to try to dig it up. Because it was like... It single-handedly made me not like the GFE market for a long time. Now I'm pretty indifferent to it. But like... I don't know. That would be where my line is like there seems to be a fine line between doing it because you enjoy it and taking advantage of a group of people. It's fiction from a professional. Yeah, but I think it needs to be framed as fiction because they know what they're doing. Like, there are lonely people out there who know. I mean, they know they don't have a chance, right? But if they're not, and if they don't know anything about like the community or what GFE is or anything like that, like if they don't know anything about streamer mentality and they think it's genuine because they don't expect someone to just do that, and it's like a whole new experience for them, then I feel really bad. Because it's just like they don't know any better. They don't know that there's like dozens of people out there doing, I said dozens, but hundreds of people out there doing the exact same thing. I'd rather care to market that prefer to see me happy than rage and be weird about me being happy in a relationship. I agree. And that's why I'm here. Those people get the fuck out of her. I don't want to get out of her. Her and I are meshing together very well. Anyway, yeah. The thing is, mentioning that I'm pregnant and that I'm married, just going back to the original topic, I think fucks my chances for almost every agency that's out there. And you know what? That's the way it is. That's the risk that I took, and I'm happy with that risk. So. Spaghetti, meatballs, garlic bread, side salads. See you in 3 hours. Oh, that sounds so good. That's why you have Verpro. Well, Verpro's not an agency. Verpro was an agency. That was like the other thing. I know I mentioned it to Cyan and Josh when like Verpro started, and they were very much like, we don't care. But they also were like very different in terms of like agencies, because it was purely a passion project. There was no like, we're gonna get rich from VTubers. It was more like this is a really cool medium and we want to see what we can do to help people with it. I don't know why being married should matter. Well, that's the other thing too, like I think of other streamers who maybe aren't single but like have to pretend to be single, or maybe they're dating somebody and like it's kind of known, but like maybe the whole reason they're afraid to take the next step into marriage is just because of like the perception of it. Repro was built different. So like it makes me sad because like people should be able to live their lives and still stream. Just apply anyway. Worst thing they could say is no. Oh, I know. Like I'd still apply to things I'm interested in. It wouldn't stop me. But I'm like, but then you come across like the thought of like, what do I say in an interview? Do I say like, by the way, this interview went great, but I want you to know I'm married and I'm pregnant. Not only am I pregnant, I'm very pregnant. I'm going to be giving birth in about a month. Please hire me. People have to learn to separate VTuber character from IRL persona behind it. I think it's gotten like a lot better. 100%, like a lot better. Like I think the big example for me would be Nan and Aethel. So like I'm gonna fangirl for a second here because I like them both a lot. But when I was watching Aethel before I really, I don't want to say suspected. You couldn't really like suspect, but I found Aethel through Nan, and Aethel's just like a really chill dude. And I remember being like, you know what, I could see these two together. And then they accidentally slipped calling each other babe on stream, and it was like a whole thing of like so many people. And here's the thing, Nan is my age, right? It's not like this is some 22-year-old on the internet just getting started with content creation. She's been around forever and like deserves a life and has always deserved a life, don't get me wrong. But like the thought that someone would stop their life completely to make content on the internet for 14, 15 years and then like never move forward. The fact that people had a problem with that was insane to me, right? Insane. Because like you think that she's just like singing cute songs on the internet. I literally, my brain immediately went like puff puff. Anyway, like no, that's not how people should exist. That's not how anyone should exist. But then there were people like freaking the fuck out over the slip up before they even like admitted, like before they even admitted that they were dating. And I was just like, oh, nice. My ship kind of came to fruition because I don't like shipping real people. So I never like said it. Like I was never like, oh, they better date. It was just like, oh, that's nice. That's cute. But like, instead of it becoming something that fucked both of their careers, they owned up to it. They moved in together. And like, they seem to be really fucking happy, right? And that's so nice. But think about that not even 5 years ago. Like, in the VTubing sphere, that would have destroyed you. Like, that wouldn't have really been super possible. And it's wild. So, like, yeah, I think these days I have, like, it better off being honest and, like, you know, whatever. It doesn't harm my career as much as it would have before, but the attitude toward it has definitely changed in a good way. Some very nasty people have also problem with Nan for a different reason. Yeah, I've been on 4chan. There's a lot of things people had issue with that straight up confused me. Like, she deleted an old video and apparently that makes her a hypocrite. Like, maybe she grew up. That's the thing, is like, when Nyan made that video, we were really young. And I think the concept of like the contents of that video seemed a lot less serious because of how close to that age we would have been at the time. But as you get older, it hits different. You get why people aren't okay with it. And it's fully within your like rights to either leave it up or delete it. Like, you can either be like, okay, well, obviously I'm not like this anymore. People should know that, so I'll just leave it up. Or, I'm not like this anymore and I don't want to see it anymore, so I'm going to remove it. It's that easy. It's that simple. I don't know. It's like with Jenna Marbles, right? She removed her Shake Your Dick video. Which, when I was in high school, we sang a lot. All of it. A lot. She deleted the Shake Your Dick video because of some very stereotypical and untoward lyrics in it. And no one asked her to do this, right? She then like made a video about like, hey guys, I'm gonna be stepping back. I've grown as a person. I made a lot of content back then that like I don't like to identify myself with now. And like she was like, no one's canceled me. No one's made like some big post about me. It's just not the representation that I want to have as a person. And that should be perfectly okay. That should be a perfectly viable choice. Is I just don't want to be represented by this anymore, so I'm going to remove it from my catalog. The end. Just came to the VTuber sphere like 2 years, and like any content community has been so chill about this, even making fan animations with their loved ones. So this is wild to think about. Yeah, it's definitely changed. Also, a lot of people on the chans are just outright bitter at societal progress. Look, I've said this before and I'll say it again, and I'm not gonna ever hide it because I don't fucking care. But like, I spend a lot of time on 4chan. Like, I feel like there's such a disconnect between boards, right? Like, a lot of the boards that I go to is like Fit and probably not things that you think of like, oh, anime girl on the internet goes and visits like this board. And it's just like so wild to like go tour another board and then see the vitriol. Like, I don't go to VT ever. Like, okay, I don't want to say ever. Sometimes I do. Everyone does. Whatever. But it's like the attitude there is so different. I'm just like, oh, right. All right. That's a thing. TG is also very chill. And I don't even like deal with like anything like that. But it's just still like, sometimes people just get really happy about things. Or like people share their like D&D stories. And I never, like, I don't play D&D. But when people share their like really wholesome D&D stories on the board, I'm like, this is so nice. Is that also the reason why there's a lot of VODs missing on my YouTube? No, that's just because I didn't used to put my VODs on my YouTube. I've gotten better about it, I'm sorry. Generalizing a bit, yeah, 100%. But you have to with 4chan. Like, it's such a big community that like differs, and like with anything, the most negative people are the loudest. I like listening about 4chan in a documentary perspective. It's like a zoo, and some messed up event that happened deserves a 1-hour video. Wholesome D&D stories, all we do is commit atrocities. There was someone a couple months ago who had a post that was like, they detoured their entire party to go find a lost cat that the DM mentioned in passing as just like flavor text. And then they were like, I want to find this person's cat for them. And then it was just like 2 whole game sessions of them looking for this cat. It was really cute and made me very happy. But I don't know, it's just, to me it was always weird when people talk about 4chan as like this diabolical internet underbelly, when as a hag, it's just an image board. It's just you're gonna get shit people anywhere you go on the internet. So, yeah. 4chan is strangely more welcoming than like some places on Reddit or other social networks. Yeah, like some boards are just like super nice. And then you go to like Reddit and then someone tells you to kill yourself. It's just like, wow, that was not what I was expecting.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. Not that I'm like literally looking at VRPG right now. Anyway, I don't know. I have a lot of opinions about the internet in general. The anonymity attracts a certain kind. Yeah, the anonymity of anything attracts a certain kind. Like with Reddit, you didn't used to have to use an email address to sign up. Actually, my my account still doesn't have an email address tied to it. But 8chan, oh my god. That brings back some... So I remember back in the day going to 8chan because like I don't even remember what I was looking for. Like I didn't even know. And the first actually, I probably shouldn't describe what I saw. Never mind. Never mind. It was bad. It was very, very, very bad. And it was all over the place. It was like, everyone likes to say 4chan is terrible, but if you stayed out of B back in the day, it was fine. But 8chan, even their filters weren't filtered, so it was like... It was something else. It was something else. X gets odd sometimes. I remember one of my favorite X threads that I actively took part in. There was this guy who was convinced that the supervisor at his construction site was actually a succubus. And and we're talking like the supervisor was this beefy guy, and this guy was like convinced that it was just a hot, sexy succubus wearing the skin of a hot, beefy guy. Nope, not an incubus, a succubus. And, you know, whether or not this was like a true... I like to imagine that this actually happened. But like, he was posting during like his lunch break, and he was just like... That was it though, Tay! Like, started bringing up like skinwalkers and how to reveal skinwalkers and asking if it was similar for succubi. And like talking about how like, oh, if I reveal her secret, does that mean I get to keep her? And like just a bunch of us like replying like, you are on crack. However, I am very interested to see how this plays out. Yes. Let us know if you can remove the skin sack. Someone called her your audible. What? It's like, it's such a core memory for me. Because like this dude was wherever, and it was like me after school. I'm like this 16-year-old person, like, yeah, rip off their skin. And at a certain point he stopped responding, so maybe he got fired. Go, OP. I don't know. And I think too, like, maybe it's my age or just like how long I've been on the internet, is it doesn't really affect me hard. Like, okay, so I've ego searched. Who hasn't? And like someone on 4chan said something like not super nice about me. And I was like barely affected because I was almost insulted that that was as hard as they tried. And I'm just like, then again, I grew up on the internet where like people would say like, I'm gonna come to your house, run over your dog, and make you eat whatever's left. Yeah, I've just been like super desensitized to it. I remember an X post where someone was asking about inner states, and they were states of being, thinking they were states of being consciousness. Interesting. What did they even say? I wonder if I can find it. Hold on. I need an archive. I think that'll work. Somebody did say that, like, no one would ever Oshi me. And I remember joking and be like, that one guide me. I feel very one guide. Let's see. Who's back? Is it this one? No. The thing is, there's some board game named Geist. So, like, a lot of people like talking about that. Which, honestly, ego searching myself has made me interested in, like, whatever this board game is, because people go on, like, these big rants about it, and it seems really interesting. I don't know, it's far there. I've linked it before somewhere in the Discord. I'll find it again. They really like to talk about this game. Anyway, I don't care anymore. I don't know what sponsoring does, but it seems funny to use your fake coins on. That was actually the idea. So it's a reference to a webcomic called Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. And what was it? And because we have the fake currency, I'm like, that's a really cute way for people who don't want to spend money to, like, support the streamer, while also being like a nod to a series I really like. So soon to be anime. Fuck yeah. I don't like to use Oshi as a term, but you're the main streamer I watch. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I do use Oshi as a term specifically for Subaru. Yeah. Just noticed the top right text. Yeah! I hope it's not too flashy. I tried to make it like a really mellow effect so that I wouldn't give anyone a seizure. I use Oshi, but to me you can have multiple Oshis and only one Kami Oshi. That's a good point. Subaru is my Kami Oshi. I love Subaru. I don't even speak Japanese, but I listen to Subaru's VODs at work. Anyway, I've spoken a lot more about 4chan today than I probably have in like a year. But again, it's just a website. Barely notice it in your at-risk procedures would be good. Okay. Just if it does ever bother you, it's something I'm fine with removing. I can just make it straight text. The one thing that, like... What the fuck was that? Oh, let me go look outside real quick. Oh! What's the fox wedding? That's nice. Huh. Unexpected. Ugh. I'm willing to have a seizure for guys to have sick overlays? No. I'm trying really hard to make it, like, not... What's the word? I want it to be inclusive enough for people who have seizures to not have trouble. That's always been kind of my goal with overlays. There's a secret frequency that triggers it. Well, it's different for everybody too, so I just try to keep it in mind. Love to pull out in the intersection of your pharmacy and your car just shuts off. No! Also, thank you for the 7 stream streak. Oh, the glitch effect on the top right, I've seen people say that thing kind of triggers them. Yeah, so what I did is I put it on a background that was about as light as it, so that the color differential for it shouldn't trigger, like, epilepsy nearly as, like, with as much risk. But if anyone had a problem with it, I hope they would just tell me. You thought the phone was backward this whole time? Well, it wasn't really meant to be like a phone, more like a chat screen, but it ended up looking like a phone. What do you guys think of Ziggy there? So I had another thought.
Oh, yeah.
With the Zigster, which was to put him. Come on, Ziggy. Let's go over here. Looks weird. Well, I didn't want you to, like, be mean about it. Damn. It's whatever. The thought was it'd be like a little background, right? Or I could do this, and he's like a little sticker on the screen. Was my thought. He covers the chat there? Yeah, but who reads the chat on the screen? Let's be honest. Sometimes I do to see 7 TV modes. Fair enough. But, I mean, it's just like the first one. Ziggy as an icon to the chat window in the top left. Like, up here? Wait, hold on. I don't have, like, so I can't see both at the same time. Okay, here, like. Oh, he's gone! Can I lick the chat with my model? What the fuck is wrong with you? If you're not a regular, there'd be a timeout. Also put him over here, but I feel like that separates him too much from us, you know? It makes him feel like he's so far away. I keep calling Ziggy a he, but Ziggy's a they, and I've fallen into the trap because so many of you called Ziggy a he. It's okay. Ziggy can be whatever we want Ziggy to be. Oh shit, sorry. No, it's fine, it's fine. The whole idea is that Ziggy is the personification of chat. Like, if you... I called them a he because you did. Exactly, I've fallen into it too. But like, Ziggy could go by any pronouns. Because the whole idea is Ziggy is the personification of chat. If you see here, like, I made a pic crew where you can make your own Ziggy. Silverlay is so lovely. Bitch, you're lovely. Lovely ass British lady. Get loved. They're wonderful and I love him. Ziggy's great. I love her. Exactly. Also, if you do like make a Stardust, we have a channel for like your own Stardust in the Discord too. It's Stardust Creations. And the thing is, like, you can also just draw your own if you like to draw. Hello. Hi. I guess you're not British. I can't throw that part back at me. Actually, no, I can't. I can't even do like a British accent. I'm sorry. I could try. Let me hold on. I gotta go back to Downton Abbey in my head. Give me a. Well, at least we aren't shooting up our schools. No, I can't. I can't be British. This fucking... My first try was so much better. Hey Marv. Hey Rin. I feel like I could like talk in a little fucked up accent. Like not Cockney, but like perhaps I'm a drunk American at a bar pretending to have some kind of like accent that's completely non-existent. So we go to Downton Abbey in our heads again. That's not bad as a British hybrid accent. I used to do like a pretty good like Australian accent. Like I feel like I did a pretty good Australian accent, but I haven't done it for like a long time. And the last time that I did it, it was mostly because I was hanging out with someone who is Australian, and it kind of like I stole their accent from them. It's all about vibes. So if I just call you a hoser 6 times over, does that give me a Canadian accent? Southern accent to Australian accent is easy. Okay, hold on. Yeehaw, 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 yeehaw. The guy from Scotland where I work, I steals accent every time I have a project with him. Well, that's not very good now, is it? The accent chameleon experience is so real. Yeah, I was on the bus next to this Australian guy. And at the end of it, someone thought we were like talking together. Project. The rest was Irish, yeah. Don't tell them this, but they're the same thing. Please don't tell anyone that I said that. See, I'm not worried about saying that I go to 4chan, but if it ever comes out that I said Scottish and Irish are the same accent, I think I would be murdered in my sleep. Clip again, posting to Twitter. No! Not during football season, don't do it! Do Irish people even watch football? I like the Welsh would murder me if I sleep, no idea why. Nah, there's not really any, like, accents that I can fall into. Like, Southern I can do because, like, you know, for me it was like my default accent. So I obviously I never really spoke it so exaggerated, but it's easy for me to exaggerate because it's comfortable for me, right? But if I were to like try and slide into like some kind of other Southern accent, it feels kind of weird. Like that drawn out Southern accent. Like kind of trying to be fancy, but you're not really fancy because you're from the South either way. Right? But then you get like this down here accent, and it gets like really like almost violent. I don't know. If I look at a goose front, that doesn't sound very good. It sounds like goose front.
Oh yeah.
I googled goose front, and all I see is this. Dorime, at a party in Dorimo, Dorime. Amino, explain to me with examples of for me. I don't get what they're saying here. I'll look it up later. Biblically accurate goose. It's terrifying. Space goose. No. There's a shit ton of Vocaloid versions of that song, and it has to deal with like British copyright or something. Interesting. Return to Goose? No. You know what I loved? What I miss? I miss Iron Mouse singing Dorime. I miss it. It's nice. I have to pee again. I don't want to get up. That's not good. Anything she sings is divine. Absolute truth. She sang a Selena song a while back. A Flor? What was it? Como la Flor, I think? And it was like... Yeah, Como la Flor. And it was like something I listened to a lot in my childhood. And I remember like the first time she sang it, I started like tearing up because I'm a pussy. New Mobby Gen just got announced. Gen 18, Gen 21, Gen 23. I forget where we're at. Was it just announced or just go live? Wings of Fate? Yeah, G26. Oh, it just went live. August 8th. Ooh, those are cute outfits. Ooh, those are cute cats. Fucking, that's the worst. I have to be responsible for my child, so I can't buy Mabinogi gacha. You know what? Speaking of like old songs, because I see you said Sergeant Frog. Does anyone remember Circle 9? Like, go go Circle 9, show them that you're not just a pretty face. Like, it was a Toho song someone made.
Oh yeah.
I still wish I could cover that song, but I can't. I could change words, then that feels like a cop-out and asking for trouble. It's thankfully easy to sing without saying a bad word. I'm too hag for you. I'm too hag for everybody. Man. For real? Well, I don't know, because it's just like, I feel like people would say something about it. They'd be like, oh, you're a pussy. You can't say that word. It's like, I don't want to say that word. It's not a good word. I don't want to say it. Certainly don't want to say it in a recording. That's asking for trouble. Fuck 'em, yeah. I was like thinking how I could change it. And I kind of wanted to like modify it out of Toho. So it's just like gacha fails. I don't know, I wrote it down somewhere. Hold on. It's like gacha fails. I'll have to find it. I'll find it later. I don't care about it right now. I really have to pee. It's just from 2010. I guess you're not too hag. Yeah. I'm not that hag. The age of 30 is in demand. Okay, I have to pee. I'm gonna do that. Before it gets too late. Before it's too late.
Machine, you are a piss baby.
man, I can get down with shaking some piss babies. Welcome to Dudeville, piss baby. And in this corner, Piss Baby!
must come from a long line of piss babies.
At what point would you not eat pizza that's been in the fridge? Three days? When it gets moldy? A couple days, 5 or 6 days, 3 days, 3 days, when it's moldy, 5 days, not frozen, 2 weeks, with meat 3 days, no meat 5 days. If you have container 5 days. When did I get pizza? been in there at least 2 days. I mean, I'm not gonna eat it right now. I got like, I went to Little Caesars and I wanted the 3 meat, and they didn't have the 3 meat ready. And I didn't realize they're about to close in 10 minutes because I thought they closed at 10 p.m. but they don't. They closed earlier. So I thought I had more time. So they don't really speak English, and I'm like, hi, I want 3 meat. And they're like, we don't have any 3 meat ready right now. And I'm like, okay, I'll wait. And I didn't realize that they were saying that because they were about to close, and they didn't know how to articulate to me that they're closing. I'm just like this like pregnant lady, turbo pregnant lady, like, I'll wait. And they're just like, oh, okay. And they make the pizza and they're like, it'll be ready in 5 minutes. And I'm thinking to myself as I go back in my car, 5 minutes is not all that long for like a pizza. Normally they tell me 10 or 15, right? So I'm sitting in the car, and as I'm sitting there, I see like the sign. He walks over and turns off the open sign. I'm like, oh, I'm an asshole. Because every single day other than that day, oh, it was a Sunday. So I've had that pizza for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I could eat that still. Because I thought they were open later. And yeah, so he turns the open sign off. I'm like, oh, I'm an asshole. But then a bunch of people drive up and they're like picking over the leftovers of what they had that was actually ready. So I go in when it's like 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you're about to close. I'm really sorry. And they get me my pizza and they give me some free crazy bread because like they're closing. And I get back home and it's just the greasiest, half-cooked pizza I've probably ever gotten from Little Caesars. From Little Caesars. It was dripping. I had to eat it like a taco. Into the oven it goes. I still ate it kind of raw. But but I was like not happy about it. Don't raw dog the pizza. Raw dogging the pizza is not the only thing I raw dog. No. It was like, I couldn't tell it wasn't cooked until I had like a couple slices. I just thought it was super greasy. But I have like 1 slice left that's just been in a container, and like the bottom of the container is now just like grease. So I'm like, will this go well in the air fryer? Should I eat this? And I've just let it sit there for 4 days while I contemplate whether or not I should eat it. Raw dogging life. A Geist story. I do raw dog life. We should all raw dog life. Actually, it's funny because I'm not on medication. Well, that's a way to start that story, guys. I'm supposed to be on medication. Like ADHD medication. I was like prescribed it when I was young, and I've never been on it. And I have a theory that my mom was picking up my prescription and keeping it, but we're not gonna go into that. But Farrell and I were talking once, and I was like just discussing like some of my coping mechanisms with ADHD and how like some work for a while, some don't work, yada yada yada. And he just like looks over at me lovingly, and he goes, you know, I can really respect that you raw dog life the way that you do. Oh, someone's at my door. Hold on 1 second. It was a package. Whenever a VTuber stands to their door, I imagine Oshinoko and it gives you anxiety. Okay, here's the thing though. Oh, I'm out of breath. Whew. I don't answer my door unless I see a delivery truck outside. I have cameras for a reason. They better have like a little tails on and a box and a uniform and a fully marked vehicle, otherwise I'm not going to the door. Pregnant debuff, 20%, minus 20% lung capacity. You were right though. A tails on. It's the handheld computer thing that they have. That they make you sign on. Guys with a gun with Oshinoko the invader. No comment. Legally, I don't think I could comment. Your father calls it a pad. As a woman, I call other things pads. Plug type UPS delivery man. Man. You know what I've been wanting to rewatch recently? Is Rising of the Shield Hero. My dad is a delivery driver. Oh, fair enough. He's probably more right than me. The Tails On is a carryover from working at Walmart for years. I've been thinking about Rising of the Shield Hero a lot. I don't know why it was so hard to watch after season 1. I do. At least for me. It's no fault of Stephen Fu. He can't help it. What got it for me? The voice actor died. The voice actor for Nafumi died. And I couldn't get over that. Because I just like was so used to his voice. And I'm just like, oh, I can't do that. And I was really sad. And then season 2 passed and I never even watched it. The English voice actor, by the way. Because as a hag, I watch a lot of dubs. Yeah. It made me sad. And like he was really good as Naofumi too. Also, I finally sat down, fucked with some tracking settings, like my mouth, and I think it looks pretty good. There were some things that I was like, why can't I reach this like specific mouth thing? It's because I had it not set. He streamed on Twitch for a while? Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's always really sad. Like, obviously, no one wants to die. I want to say something. No one wants to die usually. Yeah, I was like, I didn't mean to pause after saying that. Because I was just like, how do I word what I want to word? But, I couldn't. Fuck, what was I gonna say? Okay. I'm gonna bite myself in the ass for saying this right now. Because we were talking about, like, you know, applying and auditions and things. So you guys saw VShojo opened auditions. And everyone is saying that they applied. Isn't that like the biggest faux pas? Like, they aren't getting in then? It's big people saying it too. Like quote tweeting saying like, oh, I applied. Good luck, everybody. And like using it to empower their friends to apply. Like, it's totally like a bit of a wholesome trend. But like, isn't that not good? They aren't getting in then. The thing is, there's a lot of people that I think would get in or could get in. Thought it was bad form to announce things like that unless they're trying to say that VShow doesn't really work with other agencies though. People usually keep their models and brands. Yes, but no, because like the last 1, 2, 3, 4 talents that they've signed on have all been new IPs, right? Well, not Giga. Giga's not a new IP. If you count Nazuna. But then they also have, like, and then there's the other thing is like, oh, you could say they came from other agencies, but a lot of them had past lives before that too. But they still ended up getting new personas in VShojo. So my thought is like, are they going for like existing IPs? Or are they going to continue their trend of new IPs? There's reasons behind that, but we don't talk about it. I mean, I'm not shy to say that they were in previous corporations. But even before those corporations, they had identities. So like, for me, I'm just like, are they just going with new IPs? And then if you're saying like, oh, I applied, you're making the implication you intend to stick with your IP. If they don't give you that choice, then what do you do? Right? The impression I get is if you have a current brand, you keep it, but if you don't, they'll get you a new one. I think they'll get you a new one if you want, but like, once again, some of the people who have joined recently had previous IPs already. And one of them went back to said previous IP. But, I don't know. But lots of people are saying that, like, oh, I applied. And I don't think that's a great idea. But at the same time, with so many people doing it, they aren't going to, like, what's the word? Who's hammering? Can you hear that? Can you hear this right now? There's no way you can hear that. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
I'm so sorry. Is that me? That's me tapping my like it's like my nervous twitch. I'm just like tapping my finger against a desk that's touching my desk. It's not even against my actual desk. Sorry, that was like me just like my nervous habit. Sorry. I did not think you'd be able to hear that. Normally you don't announce to the world you're applying for any one spot, even regular jobs. Yeah, like I applied for like this job at this tech company that I'm waiting to hear back on. And I would never say like, hey, I applied at this exact thing for this exact thing and I'm hoping to hear back from this exact person. I don't know. It just feels weird to see people do it, and I really don't. The thing is, there's a lot of people that I who've been doing it that I want to see in VShojo, and I really hope it doesn't like fuck their chances. VShojo's an odd duck, so I don't think it's actually Gosh in this case. You're probably right, but at the same time, I can't say. I actually can't say. Hold on one sec. I'm getting like Discord friend requests from randoms again. Oh! Roxa! Hello! Hello! Raccoon raid. It's okay, I left some trash out for you. Hi! Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, raiders! I hope you've been doing well. I guess this is like a normal time for you. Hi, raiders. I'm Geist, your space ghostess with the mostest. The stream's been going great. We were just kind of shooting the shit today, so I can show off this overlay like a conceited asshole. I hope stream was excellent. I didn't see what you're doing. Hold on, let me scroll up. Mario. Oh, that's right. You were playing Mario Party. Did you find a fourth? It's 11 p.m. for you. Okay, wait. It's normal time for me, so then that would be when I started streaming. Would be okay. Yeah. I'm trying to like it's the European stuff. My brain can't wrap around it very easy. I hope that all of your stuff sorted out. Internet came back so it worked. Good. I was debating on whether or not I should like jump in and be like, I'll do it, but I was not sure what my timeline was gonna look like today. So I was like, I don't wanna end up fucking you over even harder. Thank you guys so much for the follows. Thank you. But I hope it was fun. I hope you had a great time. I hope you won. Did you win? Did you win? Did you win? We should play in the future. I'm always down for Mario Party. Trust me. Absolutely. 100%. But did you win? Mario Party always a fun stream due to the chaos. I agree. It's just really nice to like prove to your friends how much you love them by destroying them. Won twice and lost hard in between. Ooh. Somehow won both games. I'm not surprised. Yeah, we're just shooting the shit. That's a bullshit gonna cure Mario Party rules. Yeah, I love playing with Sylphie for like when we do team games together. I can turn my brain off. It's nice. Just like a team game with Sylphie. Okay, Sylphie carry. I mean, no, I work just as hard as when I am not in a team with Sylphie. I just realized Sylphie could be listening right now. We can't let them know my strategy. Impossible. They know. Oh no. Oh no. Hey, I'm listening. You're pregnant and heavy. No! Thank you, Sylphie. Damn it. But yeah. I guess that ended that topic. Good strategy though if you're team of someone who's a threat to your winning. Very true, very true. Honk Pocket! What a cute name! Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I love that name. It's a good name. Can I have it? It's a clown hot pocket. I was thinking a goose. Wow, why did I say it like that? A goose. Oh my god, get me out of Canada. Goose pocket. That's actually, now that I'm thinking about the phrase goose pocket, I don't I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the thought, the way that that sounds. Lost her Texas accent years ago. Honestly, yes. When I moved to Ohio, I actively worked on like killing my accent because I didn't want people to like make fun of me, I guess. Oh, God damn it, Rin. Thank you for the redeem. Thank you. I didn't want people to like make fun of me. So I like worked really hard to like smooth it out and be a little bit more Midwestern. I regret it now, honestly, because I like my accent. Like when I look back at like old shows, like wow, look at me. I had a really nice accent. It was really really smooth, very subtle, just Southern enough. If I ever move back down south, which is always a possibility, you never know, I think it would come back with a vengeance for sure. Like it wouldn't be like this strong, because obviously I'm exaggerating a little bit for stream because I love you guys. But if I talk to people with a Southern accent, it comes back. It does. When I talk to especially my uncle, because he has a deep accent, it just like, it comes back. Take Farrell and move back to Texas. He's got to experience Whataburger. Here's the thing. Okay, so we were in Texas when we conceived. Anyway, we were in Texas last year, and I took him to the Whataburger that I went to growing up. Because it was like, it was a pretty good Whataburger. I never had any problems with it. We go. I've never had that bad of an experience at a Whataburger in my entire life. I was so disappointed. And I wanted a honey butter chicken biscuit, right? But it's breakfast only, and I completely forgot that. And I'm just like, oh my God, can I have a honey butter chicken biscuit? And she looked at me like I was the stupidest person that she's ever spoken to in her entire life. And I'm like, bitch, I'm sorry. I've been in Canada. We don't have Whataburger. I forgot that honey butter chicken biscuits were a breakfast thing. They shouldn't be. It's fried chicken with some honey and some butter on a biscuit. What makes that breakfast adjacent? I don't get it. Whataburger has gone downhill, yeah. And then they didn't have the square ice. You know, the tiny little square ice that they have? They didn't have it. Used to be you could buy it by the bag full. Now they don't even have it. What's my take on apple butter? Delicious. I love myself some apple butter. But it's just like, I just want my fucking, like, I want my cubed ice, I want my honey butter chicken biscuit, and I just want, like, a good hamburger. Instead, I got a bad hamburger, regular fucking ice, and no honey butter chicken biscuit. I did get spicy ketchup, though. That was nice. But it's just like, I wanted my husband to experience the dream of my youth. And it just doesn't exist anymore. It's so sad. Sonic though, like I ate at Sonic and they were fucking bussin', so that's good to hear. You can biscuit certain restaurants near me, no honey butter though, just chicken biscuits. Fucking assholes. Like what about honey butter makes it like breakfast related? I don't know. Fast food in the US in general has declined. Also in Canada. I'll say that for sure. Especially where I live. Fuck. It's really sad. Honestly. Hurts my heart. I've eaten a lot more fast food these last 9 months than I probably have the last like 4 years because I don't want to say that I have cravings because you think craving and it's just like, oh my God, I need pickles and ice cream. But I guess I have had like fast food cravings. I'll give you guys that one. It is getting more expensive and less good. Yes, and smaller portions. Hamburgers in general are actually pretty good for you though. I crave that salt and fat. I do. That's the 12 a.m. craving 7-Eleven pizza. Never. I will never again eat a pizza at a 7-Eleven. But you know what I will eat from a 7-Eleven? That is just the fucking bomb. And I don't care what anybody says. You can suck my fat dick. Dirty dogs? Or wait, what do you guys call it? The big bites? We call them dirty dogs. But like the big bite hot dogs? Delicious. Best thing ever. I can get a pretty good meal from McDonald's for $3 if you use the app. Every now and then I get a good deal. Yeah.
Oh, don't just stand there. Let's go.
Every cost went up. They started cutting everything else to compensate. I don't know about that. The thing is, if let's look at Chipotle back in what was it, like 2012, 2013. They raised the price of their food by 40 cents. It was like a 40-cent increase in order for them to provide a $15 wage for their workers. So it was 40% more. This was then painted as like those greedy fucking workers. But the CEO, CTO, CFO, none of them got any kind of price like paid deduction or anything. They still made millions of dollars. 40 cents. 40 cents. 40 cents on the dollar. They could have taken like barely a scratch to cover that. Prices wouldn't have increased. Wages would have increased. Employee satisfaction would have increased. Nothing would have needed to change for the general consumer, and they could still be millionaires. But instead, they took it out not only on the consumer, but then lobbied against their own employees. The thing is when people say like wage needs to increase in order to compensate, or prices need to increase to compensate for higher wages, it is a fat load of bullshit. That was before inflation moved us up the demand curve. I disagree. Or rather, I understand that the length of time has changed, and that in a post-COVID world, it's a little bit different of a feeling, but your CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, they're making too much money, and like they don't want to hear that. But every single thing, when we have price increases, also let's look at like Loblaws, for example. Up here in Canada, we have Superstore, Loblaws, whatever. Their prices have increased dramatically. And it's all surge pricing based on physical location. You have prices in Toronto and Vancouver that are 3 times as much as what I'm paying in the middle of fucking nowhere for the exact same product. Like San Pellegrino. Good example. I think, or was it San Pellegrino? I don't know. I'll use it as an example, and I'll find the real product later. But we have like a pack, $16, right? Almost 30 in Vancouver for the exact same pack. Like that kind of shit. Double, triple the prices. Bryn, actually, you would know. I just said they did things to compensate, didn't say that whether or not they absolutely had to. But see, the thing is, they do have to compensate. In certain places, yeah, if your wage is going to increase, but that shouldn't come from punishing your consumer or punishing your employer. Like, I'm not really like disagreeing with you, Moonsprocket. Like, you know what, it's a very nuanced discussion. I 100% understand that. Fun fact I learned in business class: CEOs aren't allowed to be paid at a certain cap. However, there's no limit to what they get in bonuses. So it's not uncommon to see CEO being paid $150K a year and make million bonuses. I have seen that before, and it pisses me the fuck off. Thing is, if you take from like an executive's bottom line, their personal bottom line, and they can still be a millionaire. Oh, I should have plugged my fucking iPad in. Shit. Hold on. Ugh. And they can still be a millionaire. They're getting paid too much. And like obviously, if I had my dream, I would be a millionaire. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Who doesn't want to be a millionaire? But how can you sleep at night knowing that people can't afford their groceries because you don't want to take a tiny hit to your fucking paycheck? We have people who who genuinely struggle making $20 an hour when that's supposed to be past the livable wage. You have people who can't afford to go out to eat. Like, okay, here's the other thing. People say if you can't afford groceries, why are you going out to eat so much? We have reached a point where it's kind of moot. You can go and eat like out, get your shitty fucking meal for the same price as it's gonna take for you to get the same thing in groceries now, because they're both so exorbitantly expensive. And like, especially in Canada, like, it's so fucking bad. I was like, when I lived in the States, I was making $25 an hour. Let me convert that to Canadian. Hold on. Because I was on salary. I was making 70K Canadian a year. Now I don't make that anymore. I actually make far less than that. Now I make like 29K. So like way less. But I was doing pretty good, right? For the first time in my life, I experienced what it was like to be able to afford groceries and be able to save on top of that. And when I moved to Canada, it was one of those things where like COVID hadn't really hit yet, but there was still an uptick in some of like, you could see the greed starting anyway, right? And I took the pay cut for like, it's a lower paying job because it was like, oh, I want a job for one. And like, I know based on previously being able to afford my life on that I can afford living on that now, right? I made $20 an hour when I was at the hospital. And previously, being able to like look at the differences there, I lived off of $20 an hour in the US. For honestly, the cost of many things is very similar, except for like insurance, whatever. But in just the difference of like 3 years, if I were living on my own, that's poverty level now. I wouldn't be able to do it. Now think of all of the Canadians out there making that same amount of money, and it's not an amount to necessarily scoff at. It really isn't. But like, because of the cost of living and because of these selfish ass executives who don't really want, they are taking advantage of the fact that they finally get to, what's the word I'm looking for? They were able to exploit people during COVID, and they're waiting until that bubble pops because they feel like they have that opportunity. And I know this has been like almost 15 minutes already of me talking about this. I don't think I could live on $20 an hour, which is weird because it feels like a pretty decent amount of cash. And you're right. It is a decent amount of cash. It should be. But it's not anymore. Within the span of less than 5 years, the entire economy has changed to the point of what should be a livable level of income isn't. Rent has gone up like crazy. People are paying $1,500 a month for rent for a 1-bedroom place, even where I live in the middle of like fucking nowhere. A 2-bedroom place is like $1,300, and that's not including utilities. Now you tell me how someone's gonna be able to afford that on top of food, where like very, very similar essentials, like milk being $7 a gallon almost. Like, tell me how that makes sense. And then you have, now people are like companies saying like, oh, we're gonna be introducing lower prices. So you could have just done that the whole time? Like that could have been your thing the whole fucking time? What was stopping you? Like, and like these fucking meal deals now. You see like McDonald's, you see like other places. I forget the other one that's doing Wendy's. Like Wendy's used to do like the 4 for $4. They don't do that in Canada, right? But now they're like, oh, we're doing a $5 meal deal. Yeah, because no one's going out to eat anymore. You're making people spend as much money as they would at a sit-down restaurant for shittier quality food. And then the food you go at a sit-down restaurant, even though it's way more expensive, the quality is less because no one wants to work for the prices that you're offering. Because the supply, like your supply costs more. I'm not gonna say this is the fault of the restaurants. It costs more to run a restaurant now. I've seen it with the place that I used to work. Our fucking dishwasher solution. $300 for one pail went up to $500 a pail, I think. I'd have to ask Jamie. But it's like, we need 3 pails in order to run the sanitizer, the dishwasher, and then like the other thing that does other stuff in it. So 3 pails at like $200 increase each. So that's $600 an increase every couple months. A little mom and pop place can't afford that. And then, so they have to raise their prices because they can't operate on good prices. So instead of an $18 pizza, they charge for $23 now. And sure, that's $5, and you should, like, I can afford the difference between a $5 pizza. But they don't want that price increase, because I could also go to fucking Little Caesars and get a pizza for 17 bucks. That sure isn't going to be as good, but it's still going to be a pizza. And plenty of people don't care about that. Plenty of people are like, well, I'll go for the cheaper one. I don't know. It frustrates me. It really genuinely does. And and my southern accent is over. But the thing is, the living wage, it's not malice, we just don't matter outside of our purchasing. It is malice. It is 100% malice. You won't be able to convince me otherwise. I'm sorry. Like, you're, oh, thank you, Crustacean. Like, I mean, you can put your cold logic on it as much as you want, but it is malice. No one thinks, like, how much can we get away with? And then, like, will people suffer? Because they see people suffering. There are people, like, look at Loblaws. They're getting boycotted against. And they try to blackmail the people who are boycotting them. Instead of listening to them, instead of, like, working with them, instead of adjusting their prices, like, nothing happens. They just keep being selfish. And not a single asshole in government. I'm sorry. You know, we were just talking about me torching my my possibilities of getting into an agency based on being pregnant. I think this torched it for real. But, like, there's not a single politician or corporation out there that gives a fuck about you as a person. Best thing you can do, start a garden, shop local, shop with farmers. But then, like, you gotta build up your shoplift. I can't say that. You can say it though. Go ahead. But, like, you have to build up your community from where you are. Like, you have to build up your community. But the world that we live in is in such a place where people don't trust their neighbors. Right? Like, I was out in when I was on Offkai, we had some house problems. There was some damage that happened we had to deal with, right? And our neighbor, bless her heart, dealt with some of it for us, but she was pissed off about it. And she was like, this is why you're supposed to leave your key with your neighbors when you go out. I'm like, I would never give you a key to my house. Because we don't have a community mindset. We don't have a community garden. I don't talk to your kids. I don't talk to you. We don't know jack shit about each other. Like, that whole, like, community unit that used to exist doesn't. It should. We should work on bringing that back. But we're so compartmentalized into just a family unit and not a fucking community unit that when we could do things like have a community garden or like anything where you could bring your community together to better your lives as a whole, just doesn't happen anymore because you can't trust your neighbors. Everyone's a fucking serial killer or some shit. It's frustrating. I don't know. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to go on such a tirade about it. I really didn't. I know that's probably not what you guys want to hear. Fact of the matter is, we can't do anything about it and we're fucked. we're cooked as a society, guys. Like, and then that's the thing. Like, we have our union, right? Which, I mean, I guess I don't work anymore, but I'm technically employed. Anyway, we have our union. And we haven't gotten a raise since COVID. Big problem with healthcare in Canada, actually. Since COVID started, none of us got a raise, but we were all considered, you know, essential workers. But they freezed raises and anything like that. And they still haven't given anybody a raise. And it was like, you know, a yearly raise you're supposed to fucking get. The entire time that I worked there, because I started after COVID, I never once got a raise. And we can't hire people because we now we pay less than market value for most things because everyone else was getting raises. And then we have, like, for example, our maintenance guys make the same amount I did, $20 an hour. They're required to have a fireman's license or a journeyman's or whatever, you know, the certificate for the shit that they do. They're required to have that before they apply. They're required to have it. I know plenty of people who have it and have applied, but then they get to the interview portion and they hear how much they're making, and then fucking the other big company whose name I can't name because I think I'll dox myself down the road is paying $50 an hour for the same fucking thing. So why wouldn't you take $30 an hour for less work? But good luck talking to the union about that, because they'll say like, oh, we attempted to bargain, but the region didn't want to hear it. And then nothing. And then fucking nothing. And then it's like, tell me why people don't want to work for you when you're paying people like garbage. You don't fight for them. You're taking our union dues and you're giving us hamburgers without cheese on them. Like, I'm sorry, I'm still pissed about that. For those of you who don't know, we had like a barbecue, a union barbecue that I had to argue to get hamburgers for. And they didn't even give us cheese, and it's using our union dues. And then they didn't want to give me the burgers for like the people who were in surgery, because I'm like, I can't even pick up the burgers for my department, and half of them are fucking performing surgery. So they can't come get their own fucking burgers across the fucking town because I'm the only one who's not in the OR scrubbed up looking in people's insides. And they're like, no, you can only get 2 per person who's present, so you can only get 2. And I'm like, I paid for these. You didn't pay for these. My union dues paid for these fucking hamburgers, and there was no cheese on them. Anyway, long story short, I'm a conniving bitch and I got the hamburgers, but that's not the point. The point is, I prefer with no cheese. That's fine. But if you're gonna be spending my money, at least get some fucking cheese for people who want cheese. Or condiments. Not just like, here's bun, here's hamburger. That's a fake union? No, that is the state of unions. It doesn't matter. Like, here's the thing. There's no such thing as like a good union. Unions start off well, but unions should be dissolved the second that they're like, and this is gonna be probably a hot take, but unions should be dissolved once the goal is reached. Because when you keep a union going, that's not a union, that's a corporation. And unions will strike. We've striked before, but then they get to the negotiating table, and if the hospital is not willing to negotiate, then either you lose your job or you try again. There's no in between. The goal should be the abolition of the class system. We live in 2024 North America. That's not gonna happen. Anyway, I'm done talking about it. I could keep going, but I'm done talking about it. Fact of the matter is, people deserve better. And it's frustrating. People should be able to eat, and they can't. But apparently that's people's fault. And that's what pisses me off more than anything. We spend so much fucking money just trying to survive. How about the Mets? Man, fuck the Mets. This is a Dodgers house now. I don't know. Personally, I have more hope. Good for you. I'm happy for you. Keep it. You enjoyed that tangent? Actually, fuck the Dodgers. We hate the Dodgers. No! Anyway, I'll take a drink of water. Nope. Your family's from LA, you can say fuck the Dodgers. Okay, fair, fair, fair. If I wasn't already radicalized, then guys would have made you radicalized. I can take that. Between that and like us watching long videos about Waco in the Discord. It's slowly part of my plan to create the moon shade compound. It'll be, I don't know. You see, they always make them like in the desert. You always see them in the desert, but I feel like perhaps we should aim for like a nice cozy mountain area. As long as it isn't a sex cult, I'm in. No. It's the kind of cult where we have a nice little garden and we sit around reading books. And maybe we have guns. Maybe. Don't tell the government. I don't want to be part of a sex cult, sorry. And we can all have our own jobs and lives outside of it and just commute from the commune. And I don't take your money, but we try to even out like bills and stuff to a fair degree. And yeah. Sounds pretty nice, actually. I'm starting to be sold on it. This is just the Discord, damn it. Something I saw that reminded me recently is there have been good gains. Someone mentioned their nieces and nephews have never known a state where gay marriage wasn't allowed. See, that's nice. Like, there are tiny things. Granted, let's give it 5 years and see if gay marriage is still allowed. But I do try and keep those kinds of things in mind. We're going to Tahiti? No. We're not leaving North America. If we leave North America, I fear that I'll be like, here's some Flavor Aid as a joke, and then they'll make it different, and it'll be something we're all drastically allergic to. I'm like, how do I word this without sounding like I deserve jail? God. I hate the idea of voting doesn't work because listening to us, we can't say that because we haven't ever fucking tried it. That's true. It does hurt. I'll accidentally kill the entire commune with an allergic reaction. Yeah, I'm allergic to artificial grapes. That's my thing. Is like, what if they have like some kind of crazy artificial grape across the sea and I try it and it's like 400 times as strong as the one that I've like allowed myself to drink here? I'm more concerned if people actually tried it, we'd lose democracy very quickly. That doesn't make any sense. I'll be straight with you, homie. That makes no sense. If people tried voting, we wouldn't have a democracy. That's not how that works. That is, in fact, the opposite of how that works. it would be good if more people voted. Sure, sometimes the loudest and most active people are going to be the stupidest, and that's a risk you take. But if we live in a democracy, we should treat it like a democracy.
Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you.
I think that is the thing, Gil. I'll say for sure, we really need to focus on our local politics a lot more than we do. It's kind of ridiculous how many people will vote in major elections but never once vote in a local one. It's one of those things. Anyway, they're making a Dandadan anime, guys. Isn't that awesome? I'm pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty happy.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That was a Freudian slip. I'm pretty awesome. That's not what I was trying to say. Isn't it soon? It is soon. It is soon. I have to actually look at the date though. Hold on. It's this year though, right? Yeah, it's this year. Why isn't there a fucking date on it? October. October. I'm pretty excited. I think we'll definitely do a first episode watch along in the Discord. I didn't add it. Wait, what? I added it, but it made it too quiet. What are you talking about? Huh? What? Oh, that was the new no, it was not. I have not added any of the new ones. Am I going insane? You absolutely are. Because I have not added any new ones.
Ah, you must come from a long line of piss babies.
Is that how we do this? Like, we fix it, and then I'm like, yeah, I'll add it in, and then, like, wait until it's okay. Like, you've just, like, Stockholmed yourself into thinking that's the right one. Piss babies are pretty quiet now. Okay, hold on, I can turn them up. Just a little bit. You're misremembering these. Okay. So yeah, this overlay actually has stuck up for almost 3.5 hours. No real issues other than VTS crashing once. Hell yeah. Also, I know that a lot of you are okay with it, but I'm sorry about my previous tirade. My apologies. Oh, I needed to add the new ripped audio for that too. Which one? Exactly. All of it. It's just been a hot take day, I guess. What other hot takes can I say that'll get me canceled? I already told you that Milk should go in first. How do I feel about taxes? Fuck taxes. That's all I got to say about that. I tried to do my taxes on my own, and I almost owed like $5,000. I would have paid it. I would have paid it for sure. But I'm really glad I got a second opinion. Cats should not be outside. I have a complicated view of that. Because I'm gonna bring up Yuria's cat, Corin. Because Corin goes outside. But like also the Netherlands and like honestly all of Europe that I've seen, they have cat culture. And like I have this other friend in not Germany, somewhere near Germany, that like was talking about how their work lets you bring cats and like you walk your cats. And it's like just very different from here. Farm cats are fine. But I think here where like cars are culture, I don't like cats being outside. It gives me too much anxiety. But yeah, then I went to my tax lady just to like finish my story. I ended up owing $560 as opposed to about $5,000. So I was pretty happy with that. But taxes suck and should just not exist. That's a good tax lady. She's a great tax lady. What's the word? I know there's a word for it. Me thinking. Brain work, brainly. Brain struggle. Me one think. Me one tasty brain rot treat.
Thinking time.
Nope. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So I think that with taxes, they should be local only. We shouldn't be paying federal taxes. We should be paying local taxes that go to improving the infrastructure of our local area. And then, from there, they can fight over the leftovers. But if we improved our local areas with our taxes, things would be so much better. Because my federal taxes, I see nothing that comes from that. Then we have our state taxes, which... do I see anything that comes from that? I have no clue, because I have never specifically seen anything that they say that I got for it. I don't know. The whole system's shot. I can imagine that still being problems with school systems in poor areas compared to rich areas that have the same perpetuated issues regarding education. Yeah, but education's currently a farce anyway. Like, schools have been massively defunded. We have the No Child Left Behind system. They don't even teach children how to read phonetically anymore. Language arts is dead. After school programs are dead. Any kind of third-party option for children, dead. I don't even know how you could make it worse, to be completely honest. Teachers aren't paid well. They have no protection from like any kind of backlash from parents. Parents are also part of the worst things that is happening to education systems right now, because you have like parents who will just FaceTime their kids in the middle of class and then scream at the teachers when the teachers tell them to stop. Come on, iPad, don't die. Like, there's no learning happening in a lot of schools. I'm happy if there's exceptions. Yeah, diploma mills are... Ooh. There's something I'm not going to talk about on stream, actually. I won't talk about diploma mills on stream. I'm not going to get into that. I remember when flip phones were a thing and were banned from classrooms when smartphones are just allowed. That's the thing. A lot of teachers ban smartphones, but then they get like the entitled, like, that's my property. You can't take my property. You can't take my child's property. What if there's an emergency? I'm sorry, you can call the office. I will sound like one of those fucking hags and say that. You have no reason of having your phone in school. Pay attention to your class. I'm sorry. But alternatively, school should be shorter. School should be way shorter, and homework should take less of your time. Kids don't want to learn, like, even back in my day. Oh god, even back in my day. The like... hold on. School wasn't interesting. I had no interest in school because classes dragged on way too long, and then any time that I would have had after school that needs to be spent on homework, like 4 hours of homework between all my classes makes no fucking sense. It makes no sense. I was not interested in school. I was not a good student. Legit, I graduated somehow with a B, but that doesn't make any sense because I failed many classes. I think it was pity. I think it was the small school system taking pity on me because I could not focus. One, I had like unmedicated ADHD my entire life, but on top of that, the lessons weren't interesting, the homework wasn't engaging, and then any free time that I would have had to do anything else, gone to homework. And I just didn't do my homework because I refused. I refused. But that was a me problem. I think now school should be shorter. Homework should be limited to a total for the entire school for being less than an hour, maybe even 2 hours a night, if that. I think it shouldn't be every night. And then I think, yeah, after that, kids should be required to be in an extracurricular program. There should be more choices for extracurricular programs. Those should be more funded than other things in schools. And, yeah. That'll never happen. I think kids also want to keep phones around because the school PPUs, because I know a best friend. Honestly, yeah. I can get that, and I can get behind that, but that doesn't mean you should be just dicking around on your phone at school. An AP class that had homework over the summer vacation, they announced it over the intercom last day of the previous year. I would have fucking punched them. Moonsprocket, I'm gonna just cut you off there. Like, it's not a matter of it being a help, it's a matter of it being a comfort. And, we're not gonna talk about that subject anymore. If someone tried to give me homework over the summer, I would simply not do it. That is exactly what I did. And hey, I managed. I came out okay. I came out decent. I came out great. Aww.
Thank you.
My iPad is at 5%, so we're gonna try to stretch this just a little bit longer. Ma'am, you are a tiger on the internet. I didn't... Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I can't say anything about that. Stretched out like Naruto filler. Doo doo doo. I could go get my kazoo. Oh, I don't have a kazoo anymore. Fuck. Oh, it's a tiger? You didn't know I was a tiger? Why does nobody know I'm a tiger? Thinking about stretching. Why do we have the push on running and not on stretching? What does that mean? I don't get it. Now we're done talking about school stuff, guys. I don't like the way that was going, so we're done. More emphasis on running and improving mobility and joint health. In schools and stuff, it was the running portion of physics things, but I don't remember them ever telling us how to stretch properly and how good stretching is for you. See, mine did, so... They encouraged us to stretch the least if we weren't going to run. Did I get any good games on the Steam Summer Sale? I bought a couple of things. What did I actually get? Let's see. Library. Recent. Boop, 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 boop. I bought Disco Elysium. I bought Duck Detective. I guess that's it. Oh, and then I bought a game I don't know if I'll play because it's pretty controversial. I'm not gonna play it on stream ever, but I'm like morbidly curious. It's called The Coffin of Andy and Laylee, or Lele, but I won't play it on stream. I don't even know if you can play it on stream, can you? She bought Among Us. I have Among Us. That one? That one? Oh. Game of the Year. I don't know much about it other than I think there's incest. So that's why I'm like, I don't know if I'm even gonna play it, but I'm like, I'm curious. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's like with Needy Streamer Overload. I want to play it, but I don't want to play it on stream. You unironically think it's good. If I play it, I'll let you know what I think. I'm sure I'll have some kind of raving fucking like crazed conversation about it. Got Pacific Drive and Divinity. Oh, Divinity I should see. Hold on. Hold on. I'm broke right now, so I can't buy anything else, but I want to see how cheap it is. It's... Oh, the summer sale's gone. Oh, the summer sale's over already. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh. Dorime Adopare Dorimo Dorime Ameno Amino Anatire. Oh well. Wait, what was in my cart? Because I had something in my cart that I didn't buy. Damn it. Oh well. Oh well. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's alright. It's okay. I know, I don't need more games either. What do I have in mind? Let me look at mine. 334 games. Which I know to some people isn't a lot, for those of you who collect Steam games like it's going out of style. But for me it is. For me it's unreasonable. You've been rocking your ThinkPad? Ooh. Everything is okay. Yeah.
Everything will be daijoubu.
You could play National Park Girls again. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, we're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see who we got. Oh, Papa Mutt's on. It's been a while since we've raided Papa. What's he playing? Oh, he's playing Chain Together! Okay, that'll be fun. Who's he even playing with? Okay. That's gonna be funny. I think you guys will enjoy that. That'll be a good one to go to. Alright, I'm gonna go. I'll try and like make a schedule, but chances are we'll be streaming again kind of early tomorrow. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. And wait, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Friday? Actually, I'll probably stream a little later Friday. Yeah. And maybe we'll play Rusty Lake. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about it. Tomorrow's Friday? I believe so, yeah. I believe so. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you later. Join the Discord if you haven't. And yeah. Yeah. Fuck the ATF. Your Space Ghost is over and out.